Hi YouTubers, how are you? Hi ducks. Well, as you can gather from this vlog title, it was a bad day at the GIC and it was a bad day. Uh, well, I'll just go through it all and I'll explain it to you and I'll show you what my gripes are. So, it was my friend's third appointment. We trundled off there courtesy of the teacher. She drove us up there. We trundled off to London for the third appointment in my friend's transition. She was very positive, looking forward to it. She had had some developments on the hormones that she'd been taking under the table. Charing Cross were aware that she was on hormones unofficially. They sort of said that was all right. They didn't mind much, but they would like her to go on them officially. So we went up for the third appointment thinking this was going to be the appointment where she was going to go on to the hormones and everything was going to be great. So very positive, looking forward to it. Exciting day in London. Teacher had a few plans for us at the end. We went up to Chiswick House, I can't remember the house name. The grand house, lovely gardens. We went up there, stayed there for about 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes in the gardens, and then we went to the appointment. Went in there, sat down. My friend filled out the forms, introduced herself. We sat down and we were an hour early. And then literally 2 minutes after we sat down, this lady came out to see us. And she walked into the reception room and basically said, Zara Hernandez. And my heart sank because I thought, hang on, this isn't right. We're an hour early for this appointment and there's no way they're going to see us now. She had an envelope in her hand, and so my heart was beginning to sink a little bit more. And my friend went to get up to go, and the lady was like, no, wait a minute. And the lady came over and sat next to her and said, I'm really sorry, but I have your discharge papers here. And my friend, right, it was flight or fight. So my friend decided she would fight first. So she turned around and said, I want to see somebody in authority. I want to see a psychiatrist or someone. This is important to me. And the lady said, I'm the line manager. I'm in charge here. I am the boss. And my friend was like, well, I demand to be seen. I don't understand why I've been discharged. I haven't done anything. What's the matter with this? And she said, well, it's all explained to you in this letter. And then my friend looked at me with this look of anguish all over her face. It was so painful. And then she just got up and ran out the clinic, just charged out the clinic. I took the letter off the lady. I said, okay, I don't understand. Well, the problem we had, what made this, we didn't understand this, was because my friend had phoned up 2 weeks before this appointment, the day we went up. We went up in late October. I'm doing this vlog on the 26th, it's the 25th of November 2018 today. So this happened a few weeks ago, hence one of the reasons why I haven't done any vlogs lately. And she had phoned up 2 weeks in advance to confirm her appointment, and the admin had been like, yes, you have an appointment, come up, everything's fine, all the rest of it. And then we get there to find she's being discharged. So I read the letter quickly, I leave the clinic, I don't know where my friend's gone, I can't find her. So I go back to the car parked in, the teacher's car that's parked in the Charing Cross Hospital. I phone teacher, I tell her, look, you better get back from the record shop. Our friend's gone missing, I can't find her, I don't know where she is, and she's been discharged and it's all chaos kicking off down here. So teacher was like, yeah, I'll come back. Hold your horses, we'll go find her together. I breathed through the letter to have a read of what it said, and basically she was being discharged on the mental health grounds. She was being discharged because Charing Cross felt they couldn't help her in her transition to start with until she got to grips with some of her mental health issues. Now, if you know this person, some of you will know who I'm talking about, who know me. Some of you will know who I'm talking about, and you will know that she has some issues, and they're quite severe. But it's like a circle. she is affected by her gender dysphoria and she wants to transition. I mean, if you've met this girl, you know that she is, if anybody should have been a woman when they were born, it's this girl. It's so obvious. And Charing Cross in the letter confirmed that they believe she was female and that she showed all the right characteristics for it, as it were, all the markers, and they gave a classification number that designated her as gendered female. But because of her mental health and because she wasn't doing anything to tackle it, and because she had stopped going to her clinic, or her clinic had discharged her some time ago because the engagement wasn't as good as the clinic was hoping for, Charing Cross felt they couldn't help her until she got to grips with her issues. So we couldn't find her. Teacher came back, read the letter. I went looking for her, went to the park just around the corner from Charing Cross, couldn't find her there. Walked back to the car park, couldn't find her. Tried her on her phone, couldn't find her. Was panicking because we're in the middle of London and we can't leave her there, and I don't know where she is or what state of mind she's in or anything. So I'm beginning to panic slightly, and I'm feeling bad for her because she's been discharged. And then the next thing I know, she's phoning me and she's sat outside Charing Cross Hospital on the embankment. So I go over, I literally pick her up and take her back to the car. We get in the car, we all sit down, we drive off, and no one said anything to each other for the whole journey home. And I just sat in front of the car and I just cried. The tears rolled down. I wasn't crying out loud, so everybody knew. The tears were just rolling down my face. I don't think anybody really knew. And then my friend asked to be taken home, and then me and teacher arrived at hers, and I was very upset. And so was my friend. She was traumatized is too strong a word, because I know people who've been traumatized and stuff, but it was kind of traumatic. I felt really devastated for my friend, and she was terribly upset and lost and anxious and scared and didn't know what to do. And she had made a comment a few weeks beforehand about detransitioning, and how if she detransitioned, she could go to all the places in the country where she was born where she couldn't go anymore, where she wouldn't feel safe to go. But I took it to heart. I thought, my God, would she detransition if she couldn't do the transition? Would she detransition? Would she give up like that? It was a throwaway comment she made, and looking back in retrospect, it was something I didn't have to worry about. But there was a few days, a week or so period between Charing Cross appointment and me seeing my friend again, where she'd basically gone away to hide. She just spent the whole time in bed, about a week or so in bed, just hiding. And I was terrified that she was going to turn up on my doorstep and she would have detransitioned, she would have given up. And that was the fear I had inside of me, that she would consider this. But I now know in retrospect it was a silly thing to think. It was just my fears and anxiety going over all the time over the whole thing. The whole thing was just so, if you had seen her face in Charing Cross when the lady said she'd been discharged, it was so painful to watch. And I felt so devastated for her. And it was all a cock up from admin, because when my friend, the lady who saw us, the line manager, said to my friend, you should have received a letter through your GP. And my friend was like, well, no, I haven't. And we phoned 2 weeks ago and that you confirmed the appointment. If I was discharged, why did you confirm the appointment? And this all comes down to the fact that everybody says this. The doctors, the psychiatrists, the psychologists at Charing Cross are amazing. They are good people. They do their job well. They really get to grips with you. But the admin at Charing Cross, Tavistock and Portland, in Hammersmith and Fulham, is appalling. It is utterly appalling. And my friend later went to her GP a few days later to say, did you receive this letter saying I'd been discharged? And if you did, why didn't you let me know it had come through and given it to me? And the clinic were like, the doctor's surgery were like, we've not received any letters from Charing Cross. So nobody knew. So all this time, they discharged, according to the papers, they discharged her in April. So all the way from April until October, she was discharged and we never knew. That's appalling. You can't leave somebody in limbo like that. So now the situation is, Tavistock and Portland, Charing Cross have said that she can be re-referred back to the clinic as soon as she starts getting to grips with her mental health and getting into the system and being seen by a psychiatrist and a support worker and care coordinator and stuff like this. My friend is doing this because she realises that she does need to tackle her mental health issues. But in the short to medium term, as far as I'm aware from what she's told me, she's going to go private. She's applied to a clinic. I'm not sure of the details, so I won't try to pretend I do. But she's applied for an appointment at a clinic. She's going to do a telephone interview and something. So they've got to do something online, and then she has an appointment. She has an appointment, face-to-face appointment with them. The only thing I'm a bit upset about is the fact that I've always liked going up with my friends to the Tavistock and Portland clinic in Charing Cross Clinic in Hammersmith and Fulham. I've always enjoyed going up there. It makes me feel like part of the community bonding and coming together and banding around one another and supporting one another. So I've always enjoyed going up there with the girls and the boys. And I've never been up with a non-binary person, so I couldn't say I've been up with a non-binary person. I've only ever been up with trans women. Yeah, I've never been up with a trans guy, have I? Don't think I've even been up with Savente. No, I don't think I have. It's always been trans girls. Yeah. So I always enjoyed it. I always look forward to it. But now, because my friend's going to go private, she's going to go with her stepmom, and she's not going to... it's not going to be that family thing again where you get a couple of us together, 3 or 4 of us together, and all go up to London and go to the clinic and then spend the day in London doing exciting stuff. We're not going to do that. So that's a bit sad. But I'm glad she's not going to detransition. My fears and anxieties over that were really driving me nuts. And looking back on it now, it was all silly of me. I shouldn't have done it. I should have known her better and not thought about that and not entertained that thought. It was just sheer anxiety and fear, really. So she's going to go private. She's going to get her mental health sorted out at the Central Mental Health Team here in Southampton. The steps she's making are positive. The way it's going to be sorted could be positive. She's been taking hormones under the counter, as it were, unofficially, or as I said earlier in this vlog. I think I said earlier in this vlog, I've done 2 vlogs and someone phoned me up midway through. I've got to put the camera on airplane mode. But I think she's been taking them under the counter, but she's been on patches for the last few months, thanks to a friend of ours, and she has started to really develop, as it were, if you like, to blossom. And it's made her feel positive, hence why we were so positive about going up to Charing Cross in the first place. Because all the signs were she was coming along brilliantly. It was going really well. And she was very positive about the body effects it was having on her. And we were all so happy and looking forward to it. And just to be all that happen, it was just so painful to go through. And it wasn't necessary. We could have all sorted this out back in April if Charing Cross had sent the letter to her GP, which they didn't. Or if they had told her when she phoned up 2 weeks before the appointment that she'd been discharged, and then maybe have sent the letter to her GP. But they didn't do that. They said, come on up. Yeah, you've got an appointment. We've made it for you. Come on up. Why did they make for a 3rd appointment if she'd been discharged in April? So all that pain and grief for no reason at all. It wasn't necessary. We could have been told this long before this had happened, and my friend could have got to grips with her transition and gone private or whatever she would have planned to have done back then much sooner. But no. Another balls up by Tavistock, Portland and Tavistock and Portland's admin team. Well, yeah, so that's the bad day at the GIC. It wasn't good, and I don't want to go through that again. But positive things have come out of it. And no, she didn't detransition, so it was a fear I shouldn't have had. And I feel foolish for having it now. I should have known her better. It's just that part throwaway comment she made me think, and I shouldn't have done. Alright, thank you YouTubers. I hope you don't mind this vlog. I thought I'd get it out there for my trans friends to watch, so they to pick you up on, get on top of your letters and make sure you're up to date with everything. And if you've had an appointment and your GP hasn't received a letter about your previous appointment at Charing Cross, get on the case, because you don't want to go through what we went through. Okay folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, more vlogs to come, so keep your eyes open.